Hello, it's me, Joe. Wake up and smell the Joe. Clink. How are we all doing this morning? It is Monday. It's Mondays. The Mondays and goodness. How's Twitch holding up? Good? Looks like it's still going. Okay. For the 3 people on Twitch. What is your biggest regret in life, Joe? I don't know if I regret any of it. You know, some people say that everything happens for a reason. Well, I don't know if that is true, but you can find meaning in everything that happens. That's what the reason doesn't come from God. It doesn't come from God's plan. But if you believe in God, then it's basically the same thing as if you don't believe in God, or you believe that it is just innate. It is within you to do with what you were dealt. Let's say you're given a bad hand at poker. It's not impossible to win now. It's just what do you do with it? I don't really regret things because that is fantasy. You are living a fantasy if you think you can change anything that's happened, right? So, like, regrets are like, you know, you think about, oh yeah, I'd totally kill baby Hitler. Like, shut the fuck up, Tom Hanks. You'd go back in time to kill a baby. You'd use time travel to kill a baby. No, that's not how you should. That's the wrong lesson learned from the Holocaust, by the way, and World War II. You should not kill a baby to prevent it from happening, because it's not like you can. It's not going to solve anything. It might make things worse. I wouldn't kill baby Hitler. I'd raise him as my son. Yeah, that'll show him. Last one there's a rotten egg. Yeah. Hitler's just a little baby, just like Hamas. Hamas is just teenagers like Beavis and Butthead. Hamas is cool. Yeah, Hamas. We learned a lot from the Holocaust, except how to spell it, apparently. The kingdom of heaven is inside you. Yeah. You could say the same thing about Israel. That it might not be a real place you can go to. It may just be inside you. Like Nirvana, not Nirvana, like Valhalla. Maybe Nirvana, I don't know. You can't see Nirvana perform anymore. But you can go to the new band that came out of whoever's left. Well, I believe that was Foo Fighters, but I heard that Foo Fighters got a new drummer because, you know, their old drummer died last year. But, are they a new band now? Oh, no, Radiohead is a new band now. That was interesting. My sister was playing me this music, and it's like, you hear this music that kind of sounds like Radiohead? It is Radiohead, but they changed the name because they don't like all the expectations that come with releasing a new Radiohead. And it's like, I mean, if you're not desperate for views like I am, then you can do that. I mean, you know, I upload all my bullshit on main because I feel like there's no difference between Israel Parody and Chillfin and Dog of Wisdom. Other people think that, but I don't. toast. It's ready. Toast. Toast. It's literally just dry toast, but I have some cream cheese. Yeah, I'll do it right here. Who do I give a fuck? I'll eat on my stream. I'll take an IQ test. I'll do push-ups, man. I'll win at that push-up IQ contest, Jack. You know how many years I've been at it? I've been spending the last 30 years doing one push-up. I got an IQ. I didn't used to have one. That's progress, Jack. Where are you in life? Where's your cartoon? Where's your Blonic series? That's what I thought. Yeah, this is just like strawberry cream cheese. You know, I was getting really mad this morning because a couple people in my server just like talking about like drama surrounding cartoons. If your drama is more interesting than your cartoon, you have a serious problem. Maybe it's not seen that way because drama surrounding something means massive amounts of attention. But it's a serious problem, I think. I mean, Ina has drama. I think the guy who plays Ina killed somebody or something. But like, I don't care because the cartoon is more interesting than this drama. No, they didn't murder someone. That someone accused them of sexual abuse, which is too broad of a term for us to even know what that means anymore. So I will choose not to learn more because it sounds a little squick. And it's not the creator. I mean, if the creator murdered somebody, I might not care either, because the cartoon is good. Except the person who did the bad thing was a voice actor, not a cartoonist. So that leads me to think that the accusations are probably true. Because if you say you're a voice actor, why aren't you doing everything? Why are you just a voice actor? Do everything. They could just replace the actor. They could, and they did. And the new voice sounds no different. They made a new Una a few months ago. It was really good. It's worth rewatching, I think. Did you know the True Lab Battle theme you were playing just now samples the Beach Boys? I realized it while listening to the Beach Boys the other day. Oh, that's really cool that you found out that way. Cause I just like, I think I had like a sense that it was taken from Earthbound, which I recognized. But then you found out that Earthbound took it from the Beach Boys. What's your personal favorite Israel parody? Oh man, which one was my favorite again? Oh my god. I'm like a dad who forgets his children's names. What episodes did I make again? I think the Angry Video Game Nerd was one of my favorites actually. They're not even a real country. I like this Seinfeld one where he's in hell. I thought the dog one was funny. The real life Peter Griffin was good. I don't know what my top one was. This Lisa Simpson one was great. Yeah, there's a few of these I forgot about, like this Gollum one. To be fair, they have uncreative names. Yeah. Miyamoto interview gave me a chuckle. I used to think you were cool. Yeah. I feel like you have to be as rich and famous as Miyamoto to be able to fully not give a shit when someone used to think you were cool. This trumpet guy Underminer one is quality. I thought that one wasn't that good, but thank you anyway. I feel like, not regret, because I don't feel that anymore. I felt like I could have made a better version of it after I made that one. But it's okay. You got the point across. I wanted to spend very little time on them. Love the Israel parodies, obviously strongly made. I kind of don't agree with all of them. I did not get the Joker one, but they were funny. I respect that you allow yourself to get angry. Yep. Well, you know. I can't stand when there's like jokes with no opinions. It's like the way SNL kind of does humor, I guess. This is just boring. And potentially harmful, I think. It's like, I feel like people are just like, they're too scared. Just shave your head, man. I like my hair. I don't mind that I got a bald spot. You know, maybe that's your insecurity, not mine. Yeah, I mean, don't be like Tony Hale. Tony Hare, who like, he got like, I mean, I didn't even notice this, but my sister was talking about it. That Tony Hale did like a Super Bowl commercial, and like has more hair now than he did 20 years ago. My insecurity is my height. You don't know me. We're like someone. Where this person began talking. Talking about people being too scared reminded me about the fact people are now making videos about some controversy that happened 2 years ago. Where like somebody on Discord was selling drugs to kids or something. It was horrible. You should give drugs to kids for free. Oh, I've seen that shit. It's horrible. Like, a friend of mine was called a pedo for being like a stupid teen. It's like people see a Discord conversation that's like 5 years old, and like this person was like in their teens, and it's like, do we really care, or we're just looking for things to nitpick now? Like, do we really care that little about like serious allegations that we're gonna water them down with this shit? Like, yeah, I know the way my friend talks. It's not always great, but like, this is not something you need to like do a major call out on Twitter for. It's not like it does anything to help. It's not like it changes their behavior at all. It's like, I tell my friend when they say something that made me upset. So like, it's more on me than you. A lot of serious stuff gets played down after the fact with a lot of filtered words. I love the adverb censorship of words like die. Can't say die. Gotta be like on a lie. Yeah, and like people just say that instead of die. What is the difference? Drama can be funny, but don't take it too seriously unless it's pedo shit. Well, I mean, don't even just ignore it. Like, don't even give it that much attention. Like, you know, if you have to call somebody out because they're like continuously like taking up space and abusing people, fine. But like, don't make the mistake of giving them too much attention and making them too important. People need to experiment with comedy. Nothing's off limits, blah, blah, blah. But it's true as overused as it is. Yeah, I was just watching like some 30 Rock and thinking about how like nobody would have the guts to make any of these jokes now. It's amazing because 30 Rock doesn't even feel that long ago. And like, all the characters have flip phones in 30 Rock. So like, it was a long ass fucking time ago. It was 2007. So there's like a joke where characters like, I'm getting an iPhone and everyone's gonna be jealous. Like, that was a thing once. That like nobody had an iPhone but you. It's been so long since social media and smartphones made it so that you could get your fucking show ruined by someone working on the show if they just like tweet about it while they're working. And it's like, oh, Liz Lemon said a racism, and it's like, well, yeah, but that was the joke. It was funny when she did it. But now, like, those people who would probably have laughed at in 2008 are going to like say, that's really, you really can't do that anymore. And like, she even does self-deprecating humor that makes her character look like an idiot and a racist. And it's like, you know, that's just being honest to say that you're an idiot sometimes. Like she calls like, she like has an assistant who's like Indian or something, and she calls her a name of someone else, and that assistant corrects her and gets mad and walks away. And she's just like, what are you gonna do? It's like, just like, you know, making fun of yourself for that. Like, I feel like people don't want to make fun of themselves for that. Because like some angry mob is going to accuse them of like scapegoating when it's really them scapegoating you. See, the mob has plans, but I don't have plans. I'm like a dog chasing cars. Anyway, should get to work already. There's a Sonic I can draw. You know, two frames. 2 keys of Sonic. I love that racism being bad as a joke is horrible now. Yeah, like, okay, so there's like a movie by Mel Brooks called History of the World Part 1, and it was good. It was made like in the 70s or something, and they called it Part 1 as a joke. I think they never actually intended to make Part 2, but they did make Part 2 in like 2022 or something, and it was produced by Amazon. So like, I hear about that. I was like, oh wow, Mel Brooks is still alive. He's still making movies. That's great. And you know, I think the first part I'll still say that it's great that he's still alive. But I could tell just from the teaser that this was trash, like really bad. So when Meredith, I was at Meredith's house, she just heard about it. She didn't see any teasers or anything. So she was all excited. She was like, yeah, let's put it on. And in like the first few minutes we were done. It's like, one of the biggest problems with it was that the like new people they got, who remind me of like, it's like a very SNL flavored type of comedic actor person. They seemed like they were trying a little too hard to get us to understand that they dislike Hitler. Right? What a fucking pile of shit that was. Like, we know Hitler's bad. Why are you acting like Hitler's still a problem? He's dead. They're acting like Hitler is at large by calling him a loser and like not making any jokes, just like being mad at Hitler. It's like, is that where we've gotten now? That like we're just gonna like pretend like some people think Hitler is good and we're totally owning those people? It's like, shut up. I don't care about your politics, comedic actor person. I don't. I care about what's funny. You know, like, it's been a long time since I've seen History of the World, so like, when they opened with Hitler on Ice, I thought that was a new joke. I thought that was like an original, but turns out it's not even original. They were doing that in the last movie. Oh my god. Sad. Sad. It's like people, in quotes, a guy who is a pedophile said that literally Hitler was like humanizing Hitler. Like, you're worried about a pedophile with bad opinions telling you an incorrect assessment of your beliefs is going to, what, change them? Like, a guy with absolutely zero integrity. A guy who talks to children and tells them to, like, draw porn. See, this was my mistake, was paying too much attention to this fucking guy. But it was because I was friends with him, and he was, like, begging people to give him another chance. But, you know, he's like, please don't ignore me. But the less I ignored him, the worse my mind got. Like, I just got angrier and angrier and more sickened. You know, I'm not going to send anyone after this guy. And I never did. I just made fun of him a little. And then he, like, retaliated by criticizing my cartoon and saying, like, this is humanizing Hitler. It's like, this is what companies are afraid of. They're afraid of some fucking hikikomori telling them what to do. They want to listen to that fucking guy. Why did your balls drop off? Schmorky did that sort of. Well, I'm not talking about Schmorky, but if you know, you know. I mean, we don't have to get into what these guys drew or what they told who to draw, but yeah, I mean, if that's more interesting than the art they make, then obviously they're canceled. Watch out for those guys whose drama is more interesting. I have drama, but it's not more interesting. Ina's got drama, but it's not more interesting. Is this song part of the Ina playlist? Yeah, it is. Like, I find the Joe Grab made it NFT drama to be really boring. Like, unless you're making fun of me and it's really, like, funny, then it's not more interesting than the videos I make. You know, when I actually make them. See? I can do self-deprecating humor. That's my way of getting ahead of you so you're not allowed to make fun of me. I hope somebody who loves Sonic gets really mad about this video. It's like, Sonic deserved better. Well, I guess I agree. If that's kind of how I feel about Will Smith. That, like, he's an asshole. He shouldn't have done it, but he probably deserved better than what he got. It's like, does Sonic deserve better than Amy? I mean, look at what else is out there. What about Sally? He'd have a better life with that, like, fake evil robot that Dr. Robotnik designed to trick him. What was her? Breezy. Yeah, he'd be better off with Breezy. Breezy actually liked him in the end, even though she was deceiving him. She was nice in the end. Amy? He's better off with Styx. Styx the raccoon, or is she like a tanuki? The company thing reminded me about the recent stuff with blah 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 blah. I don't know what you're. Oh, video essayists. That's all I got out of that. I don't know what that means or what that means, but video essayist. Something video essayist make fool of themselves. And it's like, I don't know what you're talking about at all, but I'm still like, yeah. Joe out here making animation doesn't realize his real gift is ASMR voice acting. You know, you may be onto something. What should I do with my voice to milk it for ad revenue like that? Should I just like hum quietly into the microphone really close, or should I like do like little clicky noises like with my mouse? My headcanon is Amy doesn't exist, and is a costume Sonic wears around when nobody is looking that he sees in his mind. I mean, I think that would be great for him if she didn't exist, because he doesn't like her. He does not like her. And being with her for 20 years, or no. Oh my god, Will Smith's like 60. Well, we're talking about Sonic. But still, like, Sonic's been married for like, when did Sonic Adventure come out? 25 years ago? That was the first time I ever saw Amy. Well, that was the first time Amy was ever like that, right? She's like really clingy, and that was like the first time we saw that side of her. I mean, I don't actually know. I just assume so because I've never seen the other Amy in any Sonic game. There's like a different design that looks like pink Sonic. Ken Penders wanted Knuckles to have alopecia. The more I learn about Ken Penders, the better off I'll be. I feel like this cartoon will be funnier if I can. Well, I did put like a little Ken Penders into this. Like, I want Amy to look like one of his drawings a little bit. Terrible. Well, this doesn't look wrong. I feel like her like mouth thing is up too high. Yeah, and I added like this little gradient. Ken Penders is a funny nightmare of a copyright troll. Yeah, I mean, maybe you guys in the chat can help me tell the story a little, but like, from what I understand, Ken Penders, who did the like Sonic comics back in the, I guess, the 2000s, he sued Sega and Archie Comics and won, like, over the rights to Knuckles, well, not Knuckles, I don't think, but like to the like Knuckles characters, like the Knuckles-esque characters. He like owns a lot of the characters that he came up with. I mean, you know, this is not something that you really want to bring up when we talk about like artists taking back some of their rights, but it is an example of it. How often do you hear about a guy who sues a big company like Sega? Well, maybe Sega and Archie aren't actually big companies, but you know, they sued anyone and won. Okay, let's see. Where are my notes? If you want to nail Ken Penders' look, imagine the characters are made out of the thing they cover baby belt sheets and left in the fabric thing over the trunk of a car meant to melt it for maximum. Okay, thank you for that hint. I'll melt Amy's face a little bit. Oh yeah, this is a terrible arc. Terrible arc. The melting is how you know he loves them. The meltier, the more there is. By the way, 3 center characters in the Ken Pender image are traced from a Sonic cover he didn't even make! That is ultra copyright troll. That is like Nina Paley would approve. Copying is not theft. Stealing a thing makes one thing left. Makes one less left? Yeah. Copying a thing makes one thing more. That's what copying's for. Most of them support genocide. That's why Hollywood died. I feel like I'm looking to make it a little bit more like this. This is too much. Like, this is a pointy, that is a chin. Like, the hand is covering it, but there is a chin there. It's not just jaw and cheekbones and whatever this part of your face is called. It's also chin. I'll get a little of it in there, but that's all I can do. That's the best I can do. Jada, love ya. Yeah, and I'm not even sure about this. Maybe I'll undo it, actually. Okay, the jaw will keep like that. But the eyes, keep redoing for a bit, and then the eyes will just... No! 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 Okay, well now I have to restart Flash because it's bugged. It's a bug. It's bugging out. Like bugging out from... Oh god! Mistake! Alright, well, I guess that solves that problem. I wonder if I lost any work. Part 1, 2. Yeah, I saved over it, but all I just want to do is change it. Yeah, that's not so hard. Just put it in there. Good. That's better. Creepy looking, but good. What I was going for. Alone on a Monday morning? God, you're pathetic. Thanks for creating Dog of Wisdom. Whenever my coworker is sad, all I have to do is go hop, bop, bop, and she is happy again. Oh, that's great. Yep. Hot dogs. From the wisdom. I got the wisdom and I brought it back. The fondest among us. The Windows ding used to be more like calming. They made it a little bit more urgent now. It was like too urgent back in Windows 3.1. It was like, and then like, and now it's like, but before it was like in Windows 7, it was like really relaxing. It was like, yeah, I want that back. Maybe I could just like set that in Windows. First I have to find the sound. Oh my god, I'm so easily distracted. Pass it. That's like Windows 95. That one. Maybe I'm thinking of Windows Vista. Wait, Windows Vista was before Windows 7, and I think they had the same sounds. Well, they did on my version. Pause the music. Oh wait, this music is over in a few minutes. Oh my god. Oh, the memories. None of these are familiar. Well, I mean, they're familiar, but they're not what I'm looking for. Some of these are terrible. Wait, maybe I could just like do Windows ding. Windows ding over time. All Windows dings. Alright, here we go. Oh my land. Huh? Yeah, that one I remember. These are all the same. Okay, here it gets a little echoey. Ugh. Windows XP had an awful one. Oh my god, this was the norm forever. This one's terrible. That's it! That's the good one. No! Don't go back to the old one. There we go. Yeah. That one's so calming. Yeah, that one's not as good. Yeah. Yeah, no. Go back. No. Windows 10. Damn, was it already that long ago? Oh, Windows 8.1. I see. Windows 8, Windows 8.1. Yeah. This one is way more relaxing. Maybe I can change it. Oh, this is not the time to do this. But yeah. Let's get back to work. Let's get back to work / reading what people are saying in the chat. How Old is Mario has been my go-to way to explain perception gaps and the death of the author to students. It is very powerful. It is also an impeccable way to skill check someone's media literacy and instead of having a big argument. Cool. That's great. The absolute relief on Joe's face. Yup. You remember when Mario swore at E3 and they bleeped him with coin noises? Israel parody, the return, when? I mean, that's what we've been asking for 2,000 years. It could be another 2,000 years, you know. Sonically transmitted mimetic anti-depression technology. Yeah. Or Baba, which is the street name. Also known as Hababa and Hadundas. And Guddaga. Baba. Yeah, like that's how kids get drugs at school now. They just do that voice to each other. Baba. You got the stuff. You got the gunners. What's a tulpa? Am I walking right into a like D's nuts-esque joke? Am I doing an updog? They've given a tulpa and it's unclear where they begin. Undertale. Oh. Yeah, that just played by itself. 1 hour of relaxing Undertale Deltarune music remastered. Enjoy. Wait, what was the joke lyrics I had for this? It was like, you say Undertale twice, and then you say a different game name, and then you correct yourself. I mean Undertale. Like, when the melody comes back, I'll do one. I don't remember what the original game was though that was substituted for Undertale. I don't know if it was even funny. I think it was just funny to me that it was a different game. Oh, I guess that's the end of that song. It was just like Undertale, Undertale, Clash of Clans. I mean Undertale. Just like a game that you've never played and never will. Oh no! A tulpa is an imaginary friend you will into existence. It's sort of a weird psychological technology going back thousands of years. Basically an imaginary friend. The reason people know what tulpas are is 4chan's MLP crowd wanted tulpa of the ponies and accidentally traumatized themselves. What could any of this even mean? Because as it turns out, tulpa are one of the more dangerous forms of deliberative dissociative identity disorders you can give yourself. Oh boy. So by having an imaginary friend, you kind of like give yourself a split personality? That's scary. I feel sorry for these people. So it's like an imaginary friend, but like creepy, like The Shining, where it's like you don't trust that kid's imaginary friend because he's not like a nice guy. He's like a weird guy. Is it like the rabbit from Donnie Darko? It's like a creepy, furry, imaginary friend that's like a pony. The imaginary friend could scream and yell at you, and if you try to sexually abuse it, it could deliberately traumatize you to defend itself. What? If you're an addict to the tulpa, they are apparently actually very chill, and a lot of famous mathematicians and programmers use them. I mean... Accidentally traumatize yourself with an imaginary friend. Yeah, you learn something new. You learn some weird new internet shit every day. It's like, what if your imaginary friend from when you were a small child came back and started, like, accusing you of forgetting about them? Yeah, I mean, your imagination can absolutely be your worst enemy. That's not an uncommon. That's not a uncommon or foreign thing to me. It's just like, you know, comes in different forms. Like you could worry about a big nuclear blast or something. But it's all in your imagination. It's not like it's not real feelings. It's just like you can't let them become too real and overwhelm you. I talk to myself. It's not the same thing as having an imaginary friend, but like, I talk to myself as if someone is there. I guess because someone is listening, I am. When you say things out loud, like I'm, doing now to myself, you hear them as well as think them. So, when you're isolated like I am, sometimes you have to affirm yourself. Talking to yourself in the mirror is another thing you can do. I don't think there's anything wrong with talking to yourself, but if you create a second personality, then yeah, that sounds really dangerous. It's time to get more coffee. Snookums. It's a strategy for reducing complexity in the brain, like a kind of housekeeping. Foster's home for imaginary friends is weird lore-wise because, like, anytime someone thinks up something, it just makes another person that's kind of fucking crazy. Okay, yeah, like it makes that person exist, and they're put into a home because they can't care for themselves or go out into the real world. Like, that is sad. That, like, it's like having schizophrenic kids that are total fuck-ups in life. That, like, you did nothing to raise them. All you did was drugs, and now they're doing the same thing. It's like, I mean, if you're a kid and you have a made-up imaginary friend, there's nothing schizophrenic about that. But you probably would be schizophrenic if you didn't do that. So it's like where all of your schizophrenia goes, right? Into that personality. Well, Mac's imaginary friend is Blue. And Blue is like a huge piece of shit. So clearly it's a side of his personality that he wants to keep, like, he wants to keep from harming other people, right? But that doesn't happen if he comes to life. I guess the best they could do is to quarantine them in this place where no one, well, I guess people do go there and they sometimes adopt the friends, right? That part is dumb, though. Because, like, your imaginary friend is something you invented. You can't just take someone else's. Also, he hasn't really given up his imaginary friend if he's still visiting it every day. I mean, it's like Toy Story, where, like, their whole lives are surrounding this, like, child's innocence. And, like, once they lose that, they lose their meaning for existence. This drug looks really bad now. It's right here. This sounds like the song on a drug commercial. Undertale is not for everyone. Ask your doctor or friend group if you would like Undertale. Or ask if Undertale. Ask that one guy who's always hitting on you if Undertale is right for you. Oh my god, that would give that guy such a great feeling to introduce you to Undertale for the first time. He'd be like, yes. Super Smash Brothers for the 3DS. I mean, Undertale. Man, was there even like a good version of that joke, or is it just any game? Any game that is different from Undertale? I think the more you forgot about a game's existence, the funnier it is. Like Super Smash Brothers for the 3DS. It was a good game! But nobody remembers it. Nobody's playing it now. But it was a good game. Symptoms may include rectal vomiting, mild stroke, bone dissolution, and penis envy. Rectal vomiting from your urethra. From your urethra. Which is inside your ear, both of them. Both of my urethras. There was a joke in Deadly Space Action that I always think about. Where he's like talking about how he wants to take over the universe and take his dick out and pee all over the rulers of the world, and his assistant is like, what if you don't have to go? Then you'd just be standing there with your tiny pee-pee out. And he's like, I do not have a tiny pee-pee. I have two of them. I don't know about this ear. two of them in the ears, and their urethras spawn chocolatey diarrhea. Hey, I'm glad you're using your imaginations at all. This is more imagination than, like... Sorry, I did not like Foster's Home. Not good. He had us with the Powerpuff Girls. He had us, and then he lost us. Not good. Not a classic Foster's Home. Terrible parade float. Not cute. Not entertaining. That's why they brought out the same float the next year with the Sesame Street gang. Mojo Jojo was in Foster's. Was he an imaginary friend? This year kinda not epic. I think it's going okay so far. I mean, it's not as epic as 2010. Remember that? I remember. Totally epic sauce. Now there needs to be a new 90s Nick for the, like, 2010s. For the 2000s and 2010s. Talking about how great Adventure Time was. I feel like 90s Nick doesn't actually like any of those things. He just misses them. He misses the feeling of, like... I mean, I understand and empathize a bit. The idea that you will never be able to see something for the first time again. But that's good. Because that just makes it more special when you first saw it. Like Undertale. Remember when Undertale came out? That was almost 10 years ago. So, like, Undertale was, like, you know, just, like, crept up on us, and it's, like, suddenly is, like, cannibalizing everyone. Because it was a good game. And it was annoyingly good. Because like, everyone in, like, all the AAA studios too were, like, seething with jealousy that, like, one guy and his cat were able to make a better game. Yeah, this is gonna need some more drawings too. You can see things for the first time. You do it with a person you've never experienced the thing with before. Your mirror neurons allocated to that person will react in a new way. I'm trying to figure out what you do. You said you had students, and now you're talking about, like, psychology and, like, imaginary friends and, like, all this, like, brain stuff. Do you operate on brains? I mean, no offense to everyone, but you might be the smartest person that's ever been in my chat. War. I mean, Undertale. Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I mean, Undertale. I invent problems for people to solve. When bad people are very occupied with those problems, they do less harm to people. Well, it's clear that your job is too important to even tell us what it is. But thank you. Thank you for creating problems for bad people. This is a good foot. Too bad we're not going to see it at all. We'll see this much of it. I don't even know if I should bother. I bothered. Bothering has occurred. Let's do it again. Bother. That was pretty funny, remember? Remember 2010? You remember. Actually, Bothering Snape is probably from like 2004. That's so old. How old is Bothering Snape? Is it probably like 2006, right? It was like Potter Puppet Pals was really famous, but like Bothering Snape is like not one of the famous ones because it's like before they actually had puppets and they were just like, good lord. Okay, so Potter Puppet Pals, the mysterious ticking noise, is Neil Cicerega's biggest video, and it has 205 million views, which is a lot more than the others. But Bothering Snape has less than 1 million. Is this somebody else's upload? Maybe it's not on his channel. Bothering Snape. Yeah, that's not on Neil's channel, but this upload is 15 years old. Oh my god. So yeah, it has less than 1 million views. I guess we're watching it. But like, what year was it actually from? 15 years ago was 2009, but like, I think it may even be older than that. Yeah, because this Wizard Swears one was the most recent one that I saw, and this says 16 years ago. So this video is at least 20 years old. Sorry, Undertale. This is mad old. But like, it doesn't matter how old it is because it's stuck in there.
I'm Harry Potter.
And I am Ron.
Let's go bother Snape.
Righto.
I am Snape, the potions master.
Ready? Let's go bother him.
Bother. Hey, that was fun.
I like the part where he stops moving.
Let's do it again.
Oh no. Stop it.
Let's do it again. Yeah, like, all I did was say let's do it again, right?
Hello, Severus. I can explain, sir. What's this? It seems young Harry and Ron are taking an afternoon nap. Let's see what they've got in their pockets. Alas, 9 sickles and a dung bomb. This is my lucky day. Now, where did Snape go? More importantly, where the hell am I? Naked time!
Yeah, Neil is and always has been genius. Even that like Odell Down Under sounding music is amazing. Let's play the music from Odell Down Under, just so you know what I'm talking about. Oh my god. This game is like as old as I am now. There are no reef rulers. Joe, can you see my chats? I can see them, but I'm not reading chat the whole time. Neil's music is amazing. Oh yeah, I feel like he must have played this game, right? It's like, how can you not have heard this before if you're making music like that? Well, I guess at one point all music sounded like that. Oh no, I have to hurry up! No, we're relaxing Undertale. That's more like it. So, the new Deltarune game is probably almost done, right? It's gotta be close, because I remember hearing or seeing a news article that said it was almost done like a year ago. Well, that's fine. You have to delay a game sometimes. It's worth it. Well, because Deltarune was free this whole time, and this one is the first one that you're gonna have to pay for. So it could be really spectacular, or maybe not. No pressure either way. You've already proved yourself. You don't need to impress me. I think having less expectations is better. Or I don't know. Having your expectations like on a certain level. Like when I released Springtime for Victor, I was like really sure this was gonna be a hit. I was sure I was gonna get at least 1 to 2 million views, and that didn't happen. I got 100,000 views since it was uploaded, and that was 9 months ago. So bums me out a bit, but expectation, people may have had different expectations, so I can't do anything about that. I guess just like make things that you think are honest as opposed to like what you think people would like. Complex tastes in media typically originate from trauma response, resulting in heightened self-awareness. Art should comfort the disturbed and disturb the comfortable, rings true. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Like if you think about like, like maybe you're like watching a violent movie with your grandma and like you want to watch that because you're full of pent-up anger, but your grandma does not expose herself to those things because, well, that would cause her discomfort. It would it would disturb her. And yeah, she's comfortable. She doesn't want to have her comfort disturbed. And I'm not saying we should show that to grandma. I'm just saying that's the reaction. It's not your fault if you have pent-up anger and have to watch violent movies. That's fun. But that's why we do it, right? Because we can't do it. And we don't want to either. We don't want to kill people. but we want to be angry. Just blow off steam because we have to. We can't help it. Although, like watching a movie like that doesn't make you angry, but you like look at a character who's angry, like Kirby, like Kirby, who's so angry. He's Well, Kirby. Okay, I will I will actually defend the Kirby like box art for this. That like Kirby, even though it's like really cute and like what's the word? It's like I guess kitty. It's like it looks really kitty, but Kirby having a scowl does kind of reflect the amount of violence in these games. Kirby is pretty violent. He doesn't just kill enemies, he also like pummels the shit out of them before killing them. And like, Sakurai has a YouTube channel you should check out that's like all about game design, and he was saying like, well, like when you hit really hard in a video game, it should stop. Everything should pause, and like the screen just like shakes a little. Like think of all his games. He's done it in all of them. Like in Smash Brothers too. Kirby is a fucking monster. He is. He's like really mean. I mean, you know, in Japan he looks like this. He's like, oh, look how friendly. Look how happy. There's no way he'd like grab you and like jump 700 feet in the air before pile driving you to your death. Yeah, like, this is an accurate representation of the kind of violence that is in those games. Like, obviously there's no blood, but like, he destroys, like, you know, like, let's say Kirby, like, eats Mike Tyson and uses this power to, like, punch somebody up into the sky 700 feet. Or it would be all the way down here. I guess it'd be like one of these guys with one eyes. What we do. He's like doing anime movement. But like, you know, Kirby punches him so hard that the screen freezes for like 5 seconds, and then pow, like a, you know, like a cloud behind him. And like, it's like, yeah, like when characters die, they explode into stars. There's no blood, but like, it doesn't matter. The amount of like punching and kicking is the same. Does Kirby ever have a gun? I mean, he has a magic wand that he shoots people with, but like, oh right, I already had it was just Shup. Just this, yeah. So this really plain drawing of Sonic. Let me add my notes to this doc. Kirby is a gun. Let's see, what else did everyone talk about? Complex tastes also originate from other sources, like being sheltered and comfy enough to be able to research and be cultured without having to worry about immediate survival. That's why so many trust fund babies become art students or punks, even though it seems sort of hypocritical. I always worry about becoming someone who feels forced to make things for an audience rather for enjoyment. You've been a good inspiration in that regard. Well, yeah, I mean, since I began, the website has changed a lot, and they didn't used to have like a really intelligent algorithm that gives you, like, they basically like always know what I'm going to look up because the last video was about the thing I'm looking up now. Like, it put the search suggestions, put those higher after you've watched one of those videos. That, or it could just read my mind. But I think it's like, it knows to put the relevant searches up top because you're going to want to look for them next, which saves you time, gets you less frustrated, and makes you want to spend more time on YouTube. I mean, it's genius. I think there's other aspects of the algorithm that are idiotic, though, like a lot of the time when I get served a video, it's like, you'd like this. It's like, no. So you have to say not interested, which is a way of training it to know you better, which I fucking feel conflicted about, because it does save you time, but it also knows more about you. But yeah, like, you shouldn't worry about that thing. That thing is just bullshit that they use to make more money. The algorithm. And you know, when you say audience, it's not that different. Like, your audience wants something from you. They expect something from you. And it's better not to have that expectation from me. Which is how I've always been, really. Like, when I began, I was doing parodies. I did like an Iron Man and Indiana Jones parody. That's 1, 2, but then there was no 3. Because that's too much of what people expected, and I didn't actually have it. I didn't have the interest in doing that. And that was what would get the views, but it didn't matter. When I found that out, I got kind of bitter about it, but I didn't change how I made things. I don't think you should. Even if your audience was all people and not algorithms, you shouldn't do what they want, because they only want what you. This is like the same reason I'm not worried about AI, because it can only think about what's already been put into it by artists. So yeah, it'll always be gobbling up your art, but so will everybody else. It's still hungry for more, so it still needs you, just like everybody still needs you. Like, people want Dog of Wisdom 3, and they know they'll get it, but not when they want it, only when I can make it. My audience will be happy with it. Even, you know, I'm telling you, not because I think it'll be so great, but because they'll just be happy with it. They'll be happy they got anything at all. Which is not exactly good, but I wanted to actually live up to that a little bit. And if it disappoints some people, I've accepted that. You can't please everybody. Like, I'm wondering how it must feel to make these games now, because they did good game after good game, and now it's like, is it gonna be good again, or are we in for a horror show? It's like, that's too much expectation. I hope the next one will be good. But that I think that it does manage that expectation really well, because I didn't actually care about Deltarune when it came out. I waited 2 or 3 years, or maybe even 4 years to play it, and then I did, and I loved it. I thought it was just as good as I thought Undertale was, and I played the second Deltarune, and that was also good. But like, I had to forget about it. I had to stop caring about it a little bit. And it's at the right time where you can revisit it and say, like, it was good, and like, this one's good too. I mean, it's really hard to like be able to know for sure when that something's good when everyone is just like freaking out about it. But like, I think if you did have a little bit lower expectation, then it will hook you again and again. So maybe it is about managing expectations too. What's the deal with AI art? I mean, what's with the hands? Yeah, I mean, they're getting a little better at the hands. I haven't seen as many nightmare hands lately. They usually have 3 or 5 fingers, but they're never like all mangled. I mean, AI art is just a good way to visualize something you imagined. And if you have no imagination, then AI art won't be very fun, I think. But if you have a little imagination, like the kind that I like to put into AI art that I wouldn't like to draw myself, like pictures of dogs, right, wearing sunglasses and like hats and stuff like that. That's something that I feel like you could visualize and also make a really quick and dirty, like, I don't know, version of it. It is a version, isn't it? Because it's like, AI art is more technology than it is art. It's like, we still have to turn it into art, or else it's not art. But, you know, like a photograph, it's a piece of art. You can turn it into a piece of art. You know, a part of art, I guess, makes more sense. An art piece is like a finished art work. I'm not afraid of AI replacing human artists because the human mind can create horrors no AI can hope to do on its own. Well, also, AI will never have that stupidity. You will have to have a much smarter AI to account for the endlessness of stupidity. Like, people were saying that the Wonka thing was made by AI, but it wasn't made by AI because AI can't come up with something that stupid. That's pure humanity. What they did was like use AI art in the marketing, and it's like, if you're falling for that, then like you really kind of deserve it. I went to a restaurant recently, and they had like a bunny, and the bunny looked very AI. I wonder if the people, I feel like the people who commissioned it probably don't realize that. I feel like it's already at a point where most people can't tell. And by most people, I mean like maybe 1 out of 4 people can tell when something is AI art. It's a little disturbing. Like, don't you realize how fake and bad it looks and like smooth? AI thumbnails are lazy though. If I'm watching a documentary about dinosaurs, why do they have 7 legs? I mean, that's something I can imagine using AI to make really cool films. Like using a computer's knowledge about dinosaurs to reconstruct them sounds awesome to me. Like, there are some things that I think should be drawn by computers. Like, if you want realistic human anatomy, well, look, all of it needs to be watched over by a real human. But I'm just saying, a lot of the anatomy is generally better when it's AI. Yeah. If you draw a human body from memory, you're going to forget a million little details. I'm not saying there's anything, not that there's anything wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with cartooning. I love abstracting and simplifying shapes. Like, I'm just saying, if you want something to be like really accurate looking, you need a computer's help. You know, when they do animations, they do 3D ones because those are all accurate. And I mean, I just think like, oh man, no, I'm like, everyone's like panicking and losing hope, and I'm getting excited. I'm getting psyched because like I just see like a lot of it is like potential for like rendering, which to me is like, I can imagine using 2D and 3D traditional methods to just like make something that's neither. I mean, I guess it's 2D. I guess all computer graphics are 2D. Unless you do stereoscopic, that's 3D. I mean, one day we might have volume projectors that lets you do actual 3D animations and watch them in 3D. That would be so cool. That's what I've been like theorizing about since I was like in college. I like made a whole essay that was like a conceptual piece on that. I've seen actually there has been some development in that volumetric displays and like volumetric projectors. Panic is like Y2K all over again. It's being blown out of proportion when reality is no big deal. It is like that. Yeah, like, all the panic is kind of like just feeding into the bubble. I didn't realize that was what was going on back then. Though. Like, people thought the world was going to end on January 1st, 2000. Because they messed up and computers. It's like no one fucking understands or cares. Like, basically the issue. Well, I guess I don't know it that well, but I theorized about it. I figured in Y2K they just like really desperately needed to upgrade some PCs because they would be wrong and the dates would be wrong. It's like. It was like a big push to upgrade computers. Sounds like a feature, if you ask me. They wanted that shit to happen. It's like, alright, it's the year 2000. Well, like, no, they were planning this before that. Like, they were, like, yeah, go back to like 1990 or less, like 1995. It's like, in 5 years, we're gonna force everyone to buy new computers. And that'll feed into the .com bubble. Man, how evil. But the internet was not the same thing as the .com bubble. We still have the internet. The internet didn't go away and we didn't stop loving it. We just, you know, we just have more and more problems with it all the time. People rolled their eyes at me when I told them about how the Jurassic Park dinosaurs are hilariously inaccurate. I mean, I'm doing it a little too, because the dinosaurs look awesome in that. Not because of accuracy, but because it just feels like it's really there, you know. Whatever your impression of a dinosaur is can be the truth, because we don't know. You know, it was like when you look at those really old illustrations of what they thought elephants looked like, because someone saw one once and didn't really know how to draw it. And it looked more like a big horse with a trunk. That's kind of how we make images of dinosaurs. But I also do think that if we did have a more accurate type of like movie about that would really interest me. I'm sure it would interest you. Jurassic Park, great movie, but it's a little dumb, isn't it? It's like, science bad. We should bring back dinosaurs, because dinosaurs at Jurassic Park are no more dangerous than any zoo. I love those funny as fuck 15th century elephant woodcuts. Yeah, they're good, because someone had to think a little bit about it. You know, I'm not very good at drawing an elephant, so let me draw an elephant, and you can make fun of how inaccurate it is. Forward, I guess. But, like, this is what's good about human art. The fact that it's not perfect, that I can do this. Because, why would you watch me draw a realistic elephant? I guess there are people who find that comforting, I guess relaxing, to draw a realistic elephant. I can see the value in drawing a realistic elephant, like if you wanted to animate an elephant that looked believable. But even then, like, wouldn't you agree that someone's bad impression of an elephant is funnier? I think, well, I think that, like, the like Republican grandfather elephant that I made was with Midjourney is funny. I think that's like, I think realistic animals are really funny sometimes like that, like when they have human bodies. It's, here, let me find it. It's like, yeah, and the AI will always have, like, inaccuracies, too. Like, I feel like these ears might maybe, like, not the right scale with the trunk. I feel like the ears would be bigger and the trunk would be shorter. I mean, I don't know these things. I can't draw that. But it's still funny. It's still really funny. Because he's a Republican. Well, actually, that is what cartoons used to look like. They used to be beautiful like this. They looked like real, like, they were realistic elephants, but they were, like, caricatured. It was really good cartooning. Like, something that you would never see now in a political cartoon. You'd see some boomer shit. I mean, you know, I'm sure there's already plenty of, like, AI-generated political cartoons. I think AI's problem is more in the people who choose to adopt it, rather than the technology. Because everyone who makes AI art is bad. Except for me. I'm funny. Where's here? I forgot to give them tusks, because Republicans have no balls. Artificially evolving something that looks exactly like a cat to generate a genome via software and then instinctively wants to eat human eyes and breed like rabbits by accident. I don't know what the... at least in the book, the JP dinosaurs are explained as being wrong because they purposely made them more appealing to kids because it's still a theme park first and foremost. That's something that's, you know, that fits into a book better. Because, like, when you make a movie, you gotta save time. You can't just be, like, explaining that shit. Being like, of course they're inaccurate. It's a theme park, not a horror show. I mean, I feel like that just takes away from the horror that is Jurassic Park. That, like, you know, you should see it coming, but they make it look pretty fun. So before political iconography, we associate animals with better and worse parts of society, from deities to mascots. Yeah, I mean, the donkey is the Democrats' icon. And a donkey has, like, bad connotations. You call someone a donkey, or classic ass. You know, a donkey is not a well-liked animal, necessarily. And a Democrat is also not a well-liked animal. It's, like, always making that noise. You know, Democrats always upset because something's wrong. A problem exists somewhere. But, you know, he can't get the elephant to fix it. Joe, are you Jewish? Yep. People jokingly call the U.S. political machine the Uniparty. Yeah. Nah, I mean, they're not really that different. It's like two sides of a nation. You know, like two ideas that won't get along. And, you know, could just like have less of a nation. Just give some of the land back. Give it back to the Native Americans. I mean, I don't know who deserves to get it. I don't know who the recipients should be of this land. That's for you to figure that out. Because, like, you know, what is Biden president of? You can't be president of all of the United States. He's not paying attention to even half of us. Like, there's no way you can... With it being this big, and with him being that, like, out of it, there's nothing to preside over. It's not a country. It's like a bunch of fucking suck-ups. Like, who's working for Joe Biden except like a bunch of fucking suck-ups? Who feels really patriotic when they vote for him? And instead of giving knaves their land, they instead ban Native American amusement exhibits. Oh, well, that's progress too. like the way that cancer progresses. Don't let the furries know about these political animal mascots. I'm surprised there's not more elephants fucking donkeys. Because culture and sensitivity, and we need modern times. I mean, you know, some things need to be modernized, but not everything. Dog of Wisdom just feels like Seinfeld Spitzstein's Jimmy Neutron video where he was only known for, and he got sick of the meme and just quit altogether. It's sad to hear, but I'm glad to say that I did not quit over that. And I came close to doing so, but I decided that some things are still worth making. Like this stupid thing I'm working on. Like, the United States government is for sale for like the weakest, like the puniest little bribe. Like they give like 100, like AI Pack gives like 100 million. That's like a lot of money, but like compared to all of us, that's not a lot of money. They're buying out the government with these like piddling amounts, like 50 million, 100 million. It's pathetic. AI Pack, which is just like nothing to do with AI, but they're absolutely robots. The end of that playlist. This is just like Stardew Valley. Or it's Harvest Moon, actually. Whatever. I mean, it's like got Pokemon and Zelda music, and that's not give a shit. Oh my god, this will never not be funny. Like, I appreciate people who upload video game mixes. I just think it's funny. I'm not making fun of them. I just think this is so fucking funny when they just like give up on naming the playlist. They just like they have like 100 tracks, and then the like half of the video is one track. Oh my god. That is too funny. Every time I see that shit. Well, because you figure they probably got tired and went to bed and said, I'll finish it later. And then later just never came. Oh my god. No, not laughing at them. Just a funny circumstance. It's like, you know, I'm not making fun of someone for going to bed. I just think it's really funny that they went to the trouble to like name all of them, to like label all of them, and then they just got exhausted doing it. That's something that really should be, you know, done by computers. I think can handle that job. But I guess like having like a video game music be identified by the AI or by the whatever, the algorithm, is not a good thing. So they're not going to give you tools that will help you label the songs in your playlists. Like by playlist I mean just like one long video. And I'm sorry, I'm like not even explaining this right. The chapters are named, but the last chapter is like an hour and a half long. It's like massive. Mario looks like a Republican icon, and Sonic could represent the Democrats. I was thinking that too. I was thinking that Mario is very similar to Coca-Cola, which is very similar to the Republican Party, which I feel is very similar to Microsoft. And then the Democratic Party is like Pepsi, Apple, Sonic. But, I mean, my dad was a Democrat, and he did not want Sonic in his house. I feel like everyone's political views are a little of each column, right? You know, maybe somebody favors one column, but I think we all have a little of each column. Like, when it comes to Coke and Pepsi, I guess I prefer Pepsi, but Coke is more reliable, maybe, you know? Coke is everywhere. I mean, when you order Coke at a restaurant, it's like they like make it there, so it's like better than if you buy it in cans. I feel like the Coca-Cola, like the entire Coca-Cola advertising is very Mario, right? That's so Mario. And Pepsi is so Sonic. It's like Michael Jackson. They got him for Sonic and Pepsi. What the fuck is going on with red and blue? What about sports teams? We have the Red Sox and the Blue Jays. Like, maybe something like that. I mean, I know that with New York, where I grew up, you have the Mets and the Yankees, and that's very divided. Very much like these, you know, Sonic, Mario, Democrats, Republicans. Very much so like that. You have the Mets who suck and the Yankees who cheat. I'll always root for those fucking losers, the Mets, because the Yankees are too good. Who wants to watch that? It's like, yeah, we won again. That's not to say that, like, Democrats are necessarily the scrappy underdogs. Pepsi is, and so is Sonic. I mean, Democrats are sometimes, and other times they're not. I feel like, Sonic, though, was and still is. Were the Democrats always the scrappers? Because they started out as like... They started out as like the South, didn't they? That was the slave states, like in their early stages. So they had to go up against the Grand Old Party. Almost as if red and blue are contrasting colors. Well, yeah, I mean, they're very close and very different. They're close but different. It's all about that temperature. Although in this case, Sonic's the one who lost his cool. I really gotta finish this in like a week and a half, so let's keep going. Excuse me. He was a shadow for a second. I could be your Sonic or your shadow. Yeah, I feel like, like there's something completely different about the marketing with Coke and Pepsi. Completely different. Like, one is totally, like, Coca-Cola is totally targeting those, like, conservatives, like those same people. There may even be like a divide on the lines of Coke and Pepsi for all I know. They're targeting those family values people with like the fucking polar bears, right? There's nothing offensive about it. It's like Disney. And then you have Pepsi, which is like, it's like, well, I guess Coke was also pseudo hippie shit, right? Like with the like, it's the real thing, like giving the like the Coke name like this image of like peace and harmony with the world, while Pepsi goes for this like Occupy Wall Street aesthetic shit where someone gives a Pepsi to a cop. I feel like this spike goes up too high. Pepsi preys on our sense of social justice and exploits it. Yeah, but what doesn't? Even Oreos had like gay rainbow Oreo. It's like, you shouldn't be eating Oreos. It doesn't mean the same thing as social justice. This shit slaps, isn't it? Kill me. Thank you, Animations, for the $44.99 TRY. Just try and guess what it's worth. I don't know, like $5? More? I don't even know what that is, TRY. But thank you. What else? else? Isn't Oreo owned by Pepsi? That wouldn't surprise me. I like saying slap unironically. It's a funny way of saying you like something. TRY is Turkish. Turkish lira. 44.99 is about $1.42. Well, thank you for the $1.42. Is less than $5. I remember when I was a kid, there was a Howard Stern bit where he kept, like, you know, because, like, radio stations did this shit constantly where there was, like, a stupid giveaway, and it was like, you could win an island or some shit, and, like, Howard did, like, you could win 1 million Turkish lira, which is, like, less than $100, I think. God, radio station giveaways, so dumb. My family would, like, go to those. Not like my immediate family, but like people in my family. I never saw what it was like. Oh wait, no, I did. They did bring us to a couple of those events. We got to see movies for free, and all you must do in return is listen to them talk about the radio station, take the free merchandise. I don't know. It was weird. It's like radio stations shouldn't have to try that hard to get people to listen to them, for Christ's sake. I wonder if Howard had anything to do with that. Because radio died right after he left it. Nobody was listening to radio except, like, Rush Limbaugh. I'm sure Rush Limbaugh is on Spotify now. I listened to the entire 6-hour Howard Stern 9/11 broadcast. Extremely harrowing. It felt like it was happening in real time. You know what? I've been a fan of Howard for like 4 years now, and I still have not listened to that. I had to like turn it off pretty quickly because the way Howard was reacting to it was getting me really upset. Like when it started to sink in that this was an attack, he was like, "We gotta bomb the crap out of them," and it's like, I can't listen to this shit anymore. This is too fucking painful. This is like an open wound. It's like reopening an old wound. But like it's even worse than you thought it was. It's like, you know, the idea that we need to retaliate and that's the right thing to do. Just awful. Like, you know, not that he knew we were going to get into a war with Iraq, but or Afghanistan. I mean, I guess he probably supported. Yeah, he supported both, I guess, because he bought into the phony intel. Oh yeah, I have to complain about this. I have to get mad. Alright, let me draw it. Okay, so I was looking at a couple different pictures of Sonic, like, you know, like after having already animated a bunch of this, and I was like panicking for a second because I was like, oh fuck, did I draw his like gloves wrong? Because Sonic's feet look like this, right? He's got like socks bunched up, and it's like a little design thing. And I was like, did I fuck up and like give him those on his hands? But actually, he does have them on his hands, but only in the later designs. So actually, they fucked up, not me. right? This is not what it's supposed to look like, because in the original design, it's just like a, I don't know, it's just like Mario, it's just like Mickey Mouse, it's just like that. Like, just like a ring. But like, here they have, he's wearing socks on his hands. I hate it. But I'm not fixing it because that's what he looks like now. That's what this design of Sonic looks like. He's got socks on his hands. I'm so mad about this. But it's funnier now because it's a shitty design. Also, I purposely did not give him socks on his feet, which makes it even funnier. He's got socks on his hands. Looks stupid. Hey Joe, have you ever met a real mean chef? No, I don't think I have, but that sounds great. Like a chef that like you say this is not what I ordered, and they like take it back and step on it and then give it back to you. Howard was saying we should basically wipe out all of Palestine because he was upset, but it still was really uncalled for. He was rallying for revenge. Wow. Oh my god. Yeah, see, this is why I didn't want to look, because I knew it would be shit like this. Holy fuck. Yeah. Well, we gotta not dig ourselves deeper into a problem. That's not a way to resolve this. It obviously didn't resolve this. What do Sonic's hands look like? I don't know, but I'm sure there's like an image somewhere of Sonic without gloves, and it's disturbing. Sonic without gloves or shoes. They like gave him realistic hands and feet. Ugh. Well, somebody drew him with like human hands. Oh my lord. Oh no, he does have human hands because he's got like skin-colored arms. Wait, which is the real Sonic? There's too many different Sonics. What color was his arms originally? Skin or blue? Sonic just look at regular Sonic the Hedgehog. Okay, his arms were originally skin, and then at some point they became blue. But like, people have been drawing without the gloves. They drew him with like skin-flavored hands. Well, this is obvious why we don't show that now. I mean, the gloves are just his hands. Like he can't take them off. His hands will fall off. Yeah, I completely avoided drawing his arm, making his arm color, so good for that. Sonic probably just like shaves. He like stopped shaving one day and people got mad. He's like, he never let on until now that his arms were extremely hairy. He was just shaving them. And now he's decided he doesn't give a shit anymore, so he doesn't do it. Sonic's gloveless hands doesn't sound too bad in comparison to his ugly CGI depiction in the first Sonic movie. Oh yeah, that's right. Did Sonic have, like, blue hands in that? Sonic ugly. They never should have redesigned that. They should have just gone with they should have stood their ground. And shot their shot. Yeah, like, ew, this is so nasty. His arm hair, like, sort of ends at his hands. And then his hands are like white looking. But he doesn't, yeah, he has furry hands. He doesn't have gloves. It's like, Sonic has to be a toon. Otherwise, he wouldn't be wearing those gloves. I wanted him to look bad. I wanted bad Sonic. Ugh. Mostly because I wanted them to live with their mistakes. They don't have to live with their mistakes now. I guess they do. They did, and now they're, you know, trying to move past it. But they didn't fire the person who was responsible for this. They probably just fired the artist who made their horrible whims into reality, which doesn't sound like justice to me. How much time do I have left? A little bit. Everybody got mad and demanded they change it, and when they did change it, they were still mad. Sonic fans can never be satisfied, is the only takeaway. People are mad because they want to change. People are mad, they hate it anyway. People were mad and made them change the thing. People are mad, they are unforgiving. People love to be mad. Yeah, they're mad. They like to be mad. They'll hate it anyway. I mean, that movie doesn't look that good, honestly. I didn't see it, but I don't think I ever needed Sonic to be a movie, I guess. I don't know. What things really have to be a movie? Because I feel like Sonic may be more importantly a video game character than a movie. Mario too. I mean, if Mario, you know, Mario movies were pretty successful, I guess, but even so, like, how important is it that Mario be a movie compared to being able to play as him? I feel like you're not really free if you're just watching Sonic. You have to be him. Video game movies are always, like, it always seems strange to me. I guess, you know, I haven't seen any of the Resident Evil movies, but I guess that one makes sense a little bit, because it's like, a zombie game, it's like, zombie, no, but like, I don't know, like, by being a game, I feel like it's way more interesting than a zombie movie. But there is a lot of story in Resident Evil that maybe not everybody cares about, so it maybe that stuff works better in a movie. Bob Odenkirk should have been cast as Sonic. Maybe. What about Jim Carrey as Sonic? Would that have been good? one drop of coffee left. Thanks for sticking out this whole stream. Not that you did that, but maybe you did that. Should have this many layers. Let's get some Mario colors going here. I don't like everything just being white. Oscar's so white. Remember when the Oscars was shamed for being so #so white? Did it work? Did shaming them work? I mean, that would only be a problem if anyone cared about the Oscars. Alright, let's copy that. And make just like a really basic edit of it. Oh yeah, that's true. I can make even another layer. I like adding layers in a symbol because I don't have to think about them later when they're like in the main timeline. Having layers in the main timeline pisses me off, and I actually gave myself way too many layers. This is nothing compared to like some other artists, but like I just really hate layers. Use as little as I can. But I have like, instead of layers, I have like nested things like these, like this symbol, and inside this symbol I have this, like these objects. You know, if you can save yourself a layer so you don't have to like go searching for the fucking, it takes forever. Okay, yeah, we put this thing on this layer, and then just like add in like a couple extra mouth positions. Jesu Christe! Keep things simple, just like black mouth. Okay, so for this, I just want like same thing, but like you open a little bit wider and your mouth open a little bit wider. It doesn't have teeth, right? Well, maybe he does in some of the drawings I did, but not this one. Grease. Yeah, I need to give him some teeth. Focus. Just tell me I need a new layer. No, I don't. Just put it on this for now. And Sonic moves his fucking ass out of the way. I can put this up here instead. Oh wait, no, I can't. This isn't anything. Wait, it's invisible. Oh, there's two. What am I doing now? Put it like there. What's this? Oh, it's Mario's eyes. Yeah, that's what I need to be up here. Just so I know there's a loop there. I don't want it to be playing the whole time. Yeah, I drew Sally here because, like, I want there to be like someone there that like maybe like one like or even 0.1% of people watching will be thinking that they're like together and like this is who he's defending. That's what Sally's thinking, that like I'm not with him. Anyone who thinks he's talking about me is wrong. I like how it doesn't cut back to Jada. It's like, she probably is just like covering her face. Although I don't know, maybe she would have supported Will if everybody agreed that it was right to slap Chris Rock. Jada, love you. That's what you get for lying, Chris. Like, I feel like I feel like the slap was a little bit warranted because you can't keep doing the Oscars, Chris Rock. But like, until the slap happened, he wasn't beneath, the Oscars wasn't beneath him, but now they are. Funniest part is Will laughed before Jada told him it's not funny, then he got defensive. He's so pussy whipped. Yeah, that's really sad. I mean, and by sad I mean hilarious. I love how he's like, wow! And Will Smith is just like, yes! This cartoon is like 1 minute long. I can finish it in a week. I can't believe you were considered schizo for shit posting at a consistent pace. People love grasping at straws. Well, you know, people hate nothing more than someone who's mentally ill. But it's like talking about me being bald. It doesn't have any relevance, and it's, you know, also just like rude. Well, it's also just like, I've made jokes that people don't get. And if they don't get it, then it's not because they're stupid. It's because I'm crazy and I'm not making sense. Like, not everything I make has to be accessible to everybody. And, you know, they'll come out with insults when they don't get their way. Don't listen to those Dudleys. They're duds at life, and even though they get, 37? No, they got 36 presents on Christmas, and they're disappointed because they're supposed to get 37. People who are like, you fell off, they're just people who expect, like, me to cater to them, even though I was never making things for them. Yeah. Still gotta look for the streets. Oh yeah, something great happened, which was like really making it hard to finish this fucking cartoon. Is because like every time I wanted to like do this, like edit something really minor like that, it kept like snapping like into next week, and like it was really pissing me off. But then I remembered that I've had this problem before, and you can fix it by just like transferring all the shit to a new file. And fixed, and now I'm not fucking mad and depressed about it. I need to watch Sadomasochism by Nina Pally. Yeah, I've never seen the full thing. That'd be great to watch that during Passover. Yeah, thank you, Nina Paley. Shout outs to Nina Paley, whose videos I copied and reused for Israel Parody. Because according to her, copying is an act of love. So you can copy my Israel parodies, so you can make people laugh about horrible things that are happening. Always remember, copying is not theft. Yeah, I mean, when is copying theft? When someone copies your outfit, is that theft? It's like, we wore the same thing. You copied me. So... I mean... I guess if you're wearing the same thing, that's, like, inappropriate, right? You shouldn't copy someone's look. Unless they're dead, then it's fine. Unless they grew tired of that outfit and now you're like, well, I still think it's cool. But you can't just, like, take their idea, I guess. I mean, people still do. Is there anything wrong with that? Taking somebody's idea? I don't know. Because I feel like an idea is just an idea. Your idea is what's important. You know, there's idea and then there's execution. It's like, if you can say, well, I'd do it differently, then you probably have something that we don't. Meaning, like, you may think it's the same idea, but only on a, like, really surface level. Give this bird some colors. Give him, like, the most greenest green you can get. Although I kind of want this to be in the dark. Well, I guess I can use some lighting effects when it's finished. Do I have a picture of Valentina in here? No. I need to see, like, the bird and everything, and then what color everything is on here. I'll use this DeviantArt fan art as reference. Isn't that cute? Isn't that adorable? You know, after the whole fiasco with Peach, he still found love. No, that's like too lemon. There we go. And then red at the bottom. Okay, thank you. Thank you, reference. And her skin is like pink. Oh, I think this person did not give her like eyelid color. Oh, okay. Here's another picture of them. Keep this one here too. So it's like teal. What about pupils? Okay, those are very different from the eyelashes I gave her. I'm gonna redo them. I don't even know if she really even has those boobs. They look detached from her torso. I said I would like really give her the drink she's drinking. Let me look at a picture of it. Okay, it's like, it's got like a lime. A lot of these. Some of them have little. Are those cinnamon sticks or straws? No, I think they're just straws. They all have like salt, so I'm gonna give some salt to this cup. I guess like use a green outline. Should make a shortcut to like quickly switch between those two modes. I'm sure there's a way. It's like that gets so annoying that I end up like doing an annoying workaround that takes more energy. Oops. Okay, so now I have to switch back. Oh, she shouldn't be like holding it with her pinky. For the salt, I should just like use this tool, but like use this like that. There we go. guess. That's coming close. His hands are like a little bit flipper-like, I guess. How's this looking? This is basically what I was going for. Yeah. I feel like my sketch doesn't capture him quite perfectly. His eyes are bulging in opposite directions. Beard even messier. So many details on this character. I feel like that's something that you do when you're designing a 3D character. Not always, but sometimes. It feels like you're finally free to mess with like designs like this that have a lot of details because you're not redrawing them every single time. how much longer I want to be on, because I gotta go. Not right now, but eventually. I'll probably spend a little more time making this smile look right. Well, teeth is something that you can save a lot of time by just like having a computer do it all, but that's no fun. I like drawing teeth. It depends, you know, sometimes you just want to give him like a flat bar of teeth, but I have no idea why you would want to do that in a 3D movie especially, because 3D you could give them any teeth you want. I'm getting kind of hungry. I should eat lunch, but not right away. Let me go through this video and see how we're doing first. I'm not gonna play it. I'm just gonna scrub through it. Still got my work cut out for me. I did that drawing. Well, at least most of this cartoon is just Mario standing still. Difficulty is everything else. Well, his mouth will be moving there, so anything weird will probably not look that. Oh my gosh. Well, that I noticed. That mustache is like warping like crazy. It's okay for it to be a little different shape in the next frame, but like not like crazy. I feel like this might not be a suitable mustache. Oh, but I can't even grab that mustache. Maybe not so bad, but I have to give it a little bit of love. Like Mario's stylist right now. You don't think he actually does that mustache itself, do you? Now we're getting terrible warping shit. I just wanted to like ease it a bit. Yeah, it's gotta rotate more like this. I was using the mustache to like cover up the problems. Maybe Mario is using the mustache to cover up his problems. I'll just redraw the mustache. I'll probably mess with those colors later, but for now it looks fine. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here and get some lunch. But I'll take a look at the last few questions. Joe, can you come to my house in Venezuela? Joe, you help my cousin fight fever. I love you. You are a life giver. Thank you. Snippet 4, the most powerful Mario character. Mario RPG Remake kind of screwed up the whole the Super Mario RPG Remake kind of screwed up the whole claymation stop motion aesthetic the original game had, which is unfortunate. Like, it was a big part of the game's iconic look. Yeah, man. I know exactly what you're saying, because like it's not even that it looks bad. It's just like you can't substitute for the real thing. It's like it looks so cool, that game, and it like it's really dated now, but it looks cool. Like, that's why it's cool to me, because it's a look that no game would ever use now. No game would ever look like that on purpose anymore. They didn't necessarily want it to look exactly like that, but it was the best way of, like, that was like it at its best. That was the best they could do on the Super Nintendo, and it was a cool style. The like digitized looking character models, that was great. And they made it into like an updated CG look. Like, I don't even know how to describe the new look of the game, because it's just like not. It's just not like the. I don't know. Something unnatural about it. It's trying to make it seem like cooler than it was. Like, I like Mario RPG the way it was. I don't think you have to make it cooler, because it was already really cool. I feel like the Final Fantasy VII Remake is really similar. These drawings are too different. My lord. Fix that immediately. I feel like these frames need to come a little bit sooner. Maybe it should fly more away, but it's like smacking it this way, so. Well, actually, it would probably be a little bit further back, like over there. That looks maybe a little better. Just look at a few more things on this, and then give the fuck up and go to fucking bed. Well, lunch, rather. Oh my god, I haven't even done any of the lip sync or timing on this. Well, I did the timing now I have to redo it. Because I didn't really have the timing the first time. Yeah, his pupil's too small now. Joe, why do people not like you? I mean, no, not everybody has to like me. Alright, I think I'm good. Time to go. Say goodbye.